I was watching, I just watched a video of Oprah on my phone right before I went live. And in that video, she asked someone in the audience, when did you know your unique skill that would become your calling? To someone in the audience, and the person started answering. And when I heard the answer of the person, it actually sent me back to my own journey. I've been going live for the past 24 days here on YouTube, and I've been realizing that my calling is actually to speak the truth about source, the truth about God. And as I look back to my personal experience, it is easy for me now to be able to look back to those moments when I kind of sensed it, I kind of felt it, but the moment it becomes clear, most of the time you're not ready. So during this video, I am going to be answering and at the same time asking you the question, when did you know? When did you know that was the thing that you were going to do? When did you know for sure that this is the path, this is the thing that you engage yourself, your entire self, to dedicate time, love, and passion into this one thing? I grew up in Cameroon, born and raised, and I came to Belgium when I was 22. And to be honest, when I came, it was just about coming, being here. That was the main goal. The main goal was to leave the motherland and come to Europe. And honestly, I am not the only one. We are maybe millions in that case. That as soon as we are done with our, I don't know. The thing is, in English, I never know how to call it. So I'm going to say college. I hope it's college because in French we say collège. So if your parents can afford and if you know all the processes to travel, then you're definitely going to do that. And in my family, we are six kids and five of us ended up traveling. But usually when you travel, like you have an idea of the type of studies that you're going to do, right? But me, I didn't choose. It was my sister, my dad, my mom talking, yeah, you can do this, you can do. I was like, I just want to fly. I just want to leave the country. Anyway, so I came here and I did engineering studying. When I look back, I can see those moments, right? It was it was about me knowing where I stand. I remember at the end of my second year of my studies, I came late to the delivery moment. You know that moment when the uh, so that moment when you come to get your grades, depending on the country where you are, I don't know exactly how it's working there, but when you come and you actually take your grades, and then you know if you succeed or not. Well, me when I come, I'm the last one. All of my classmates they already took the grades, and here I am facing the teacher. Then he asked me, "Okay, Brice, before I actually give you your grades, can you tell me which grade do you think you have?" So back then it was like you needed to have 60% or over in order to go to the next class. So when I arrived, he asked me, "Okay, Brice, which grade do you what grade do you think you have?" And I say, "Oh, I think I have 58, 63%." He stops and he looks at me and he said, "You see, Brice, this is exactly what we like about you. You know exactly where you stand." He handed me my grades and says, "Congratulations, you succeeded with 58, 85%, something like that." Right? So it's something that's kind of embedded in me. It is really difficult for me to not be honest. And even when I choose to not be honest with people, my inner voice is always telling me, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?" Always, always. So that's one thing. I remember also, when I was 18 and I was in class in Cameroon, whenever I would raise my hand to speak, the whole class would always quiet. The whole classroom would always quiet when I would be talking. And I remember thinking, but why is that? Like I could feel it and I would wonder, but why all of a sudden everybody is quiet? But and then I would push it, and I will do my thing. And as soon as I would be done talking, the classroom would start making noise again. So I would be like, what is this? Another thing I remember, I don't know which age I was, but my big sister told me something like, "Oh yeah, but you always like to talk. You always like to talk." And the only fact that I can remember. Hello, Michiana. I hope you're doing great. So right now I am live on Instagram, and I am live on YouTube. So thank you for joining. So she told me, you always like to talk. Come on, it's fine. Just stop it. And the simple fact that I can remember that moment tells me a lot about how I listened to that comment, and how I took it as a truth, and how I gave power to that comment to actually silence me. Right. After that day, I went on and I wasn't as outspoken as I am now again. Well, that's why during most of the lives, most of the video that you're gonna see me talking, I always say you are who you are based on the environment that you have been in, the stories that you heard, and the one that you accepted as truth. What does it mean? It means that right now, if you look at your bank account and you see the money that is there, it is because you some in some way, shape, or form, you accepted that you are the type of person that have that kind of money. Nothing else. And if you want to change that, it is about you believing, like really believing that you are the type of person that can make 7,000 euros per month, 10,000 euros per month, 20,000 euros per month. I watched a video one day of Chris Rock where he said, if Jeff Bezos would wake up one day and have Oprah money, he will hang himself. And we all know who is Oprah. We all know the type of money that she has. So you see, we have to become aware of why are we the way we are. It is not normal that so many people are making a shit ton of money out there, and you and I, we are here struggling at the end of the month, wondering if we are going to go on holidays this year or not. You see, we must change. We must break the lie about who we think we are. We are so powerful. We are so powerful as human beings. So the topic of this live is, when did you know? When did you realize that you were an amazing person? When did you realize that, oh, there's this one thing that I love doing and I'm going to make it the focus of my life? Maybe you're DJing, maybe it's photography, maybe it's public speaking, maybe it's being an accountant. Whatever you are doing now, whatever you are putting your attention mostly now, that's bringing you the money, that's making you happy, you are able to go back in time and see exactly the moment you decided, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. But if you go again further back in time, you're going to be able to see all the details, all the clues that you had along your path to let you know this is what we want you to do. When I say want, when I say we is spirit, we is inner self, we is a higher self. Because you see, there's an amazing energy living inside of you, an amazing energy that knows everything. That's the energy that sorts the food for you. Because whenever you eat, you never sit down and think about, oh, now that I ate all those different food, I need to sort them out from inside my body to outside. You never think about it, right? You never think about, oh, I need more blood to go to my left hand, so let me send it there. You never think about, oh, I just swallowed this pill. I need to send the zinc, the magnesium to my right foot. You never think about those things. Well, it is because there's such a power inside of you. There's something really powerful inside of you, but we were not raised to be aware of that power, right? So when did I know? I always knew this is what I was going to do. I always knew it. It was always there all my life to tell me this is what we want you to do. But you see, sometimes your power can you can be afraid of your own power. You can sense it coming, and you are going to choose unconsciously to hide. Why? What does it mean to actually step into your power? It means there are some relationship that you share, that you cherry or cherry, that you're cherishing now. I hope that makes sense. That you will have to cut and let go. And because you don't want those relationships to end, you step aside, you step away from your power because you want to entertain a relationship that makes you feel comfortable. But the thing is, it has to die for you to live. Those relationships actually have to die in order for your true self to start rising. You see, it's like people that are single now and that are hoping for the most amazing relationship. People that are single now and they want their soulmate to come in their life. But I always say your soulmate doesn't match in the life that you're living now. Your soulmate can see you now and not even appreciate you from afar, or you won't even be able to recognize your soulmate from an eyesight point of view from afar. I mean, because it gets more technical. The thing is, as soon as you get in touch, you get close to your soulmate, you're fucked up. You're fucked up because your whole mind and brain and body will only want to see that person. But that's a topic for another video. So when did you know? When did you know that the thing that you're doing now is actually your calling? And if you don't know what it is, take some time. Take a pen and a paper and write down the 3 to 5 things that you would do forever if you never had to think about money. If you never had to think about money, what are the 3 to 5 things that you would do forever? And try to rank them from the most important to the least important. And you're going to see. But here's the thing, your calling is not necessary in that list. But there is one thing in there that's going to lead you to something else, that's going to lead you to something else, that's going to lead you to something else. Well, why am I saying that? I feel like it's getting a bit hotter. But anyway, so when I came to Belgium, I came to do my engineering studies. I did that, and then I worked first I worked as a cashier because my son was coming. I needed money. I worked as a cashier for 2 years and a half, and then I was like, bro, I had like a vision of my son, like me telling to my son to go to study, like 20 years later or 17 years later, and I saw my son telling me, bro, you came all the way from Cameroon to Belgium and you work as a cashier. Come on, you cannot tell me anything. The next day, I went to work and I told my manager, yo, can you fire me? Because I want to go back into my engineering. She said, of course. I got fired. I made sure that I would still be supported financially by the government. And then I went back into my engineering. I ended up getting a job as an engineer. Fast forward, a recruiter who was trying to put me into another company finally ended up telling me, yo, do you want to work with us? Because I like your vibe, I like the way you speak, and we are going to teach you how to sell. So at that time, my passion for photography was growing and growing, but I felt like I don't know how to keep customers. I don't know how to manage customers as a photographer. So when he made that proposition, I didn't even think I choose to switch. I stopped working as an engineer and I went to work in recruitment, and my paycheck was 1,000 euros less. 1,000 euros less. My mom was like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's not working here? But me, I was already going for the passion. I was already going for the highest joy. I was already going for the highest excitement, you see? Because if you pay attention to the kids never worry about money. They never think like, oh yeah, mom, let's go to the park and play. By playing at the park, I'm going to get money. And if you think about this, when babies are born, they are the closest to the source of life. So babies are actually the closest to the source, to the universe. So whatever we see kids doing and having fun, it is actually the highest education for you and I to know what we are supposed to be doing. But society told us to actually go after the money. But so often we go after the money, but the joy is not there, right? So I choose to work in the recruitment because they told me they were gonna teach me how to sell, and me, I was like, I'm gonna be a better wedding photographer. So I go into recruitment, bro. During work, you are making calls the whole day, and then after 45 minutes, 1 hour, your phone rings. It's a manager calling you in another room because they were hearing all your calls, and now they are giving you feedbacks, right? So that's how I grew. And I loved that game. I was on fire. And mind you, when I stopped working in recruitment, my colleague who started talking with all my colleagues, she told me, what did you do to all your clients? Because they are all asking after you. It's almost as if you did something to them. But you see, it was already me being in my calling. It was already me stepping into my power without even knowing. But here's the thing, I had a really dramatic experience when I worked in recruitment. And you know me, one day I'm going to share it all out, right? So when COVID hit and I lost my job, I was like, bro, I already, I already I'm already better at this game of talking and managing customers. Now is the time for me to be a full-time wedding photographer. So what did I do? In 2020, I stopped working. I went deep into photography. Do you know how scary it was? Do you know how coming from a family where you were six and all of you did engineering studies or high studies, and you are the only one choosing a creative path? Do you know how fucked up it can be? And when also financially you see that, oh, you're struggling when most of your brothers and sisters are doing good, but still I didn't give up, because for me the joy is most important, is more important than making money. You will never see me making money and not be happy. It's impossible. It's impossible. So my whole life, I've been switching lanes. I worked as a cashier, then I work as an engineer, then I work in recruitment, then I work in photography. I did 5 years of wedding photography, shot 200 weddings in 9 countries. So I impacted thousands of people. I helped so many people discover or remember how beautiful they are through the pictures that I took of them. You see what I mean? So I learned a lot about self image, about the way people see themselves. But then, for the joy in photography started to be less. You see? And when the joy starts to be less, I cannot function at the highest level anymore. And it is the same thing for everyone, because I am, you are, we are one. We are all the same thing. We are all like I read, I don't have it here, in the book Conversation with God, that which you call God, source, love, spirit, infinite energy, says, human beings, why are you hurting one another? Why are you hurting one another? It doesn't make sense. Why would you slap your left hand with your right hand? So, source, that which you call God, is saying you need to stop hurting one another. It doesn't make sense, because whenever you are hurting someone else, you are actually hurting yourself, right? So, mind you, the impact that you left into people's lives in this creative path was the most rewarding thing. Exactly. Like, I created so many deep relation with my customers. I have customers that are friends now. I have customers that when I think about them, I'm like, wow, wow, that was an amazing experience. So I had way more than money when I was a wedding photographer. But here's the thing, I reached a point where money became necessary for me. I had now to make money. And the moment you have to make money, passion is going to go away. And passion started going away in 2023. But because I had to make money, wait, let me put this here. But because I actually had to make money, I couldn't function at the highest level. I couldn't deliver stuff at the higher level, right? But at the same time, with everything that I know now, it was the beginning of a new calling, right? So thankfully, my girlfriend, who is now my wife, one day she told me, baby, I think you should start looking into digital marketing. I was like, what is that? And then I started looking into digital marketing. What did I see? Oh, it's actually interesting. It's actually interesting. So I went into a 12 weeks of intensive training of digital marketing where I learned Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, all of that stuff. And guess what? When I go there, I realized so many skills that I developed because I created content on Instagram are actually marketing concepts. I was shocked. Like so many things that I started doing on my own. I go to a freaking training of 12 weeks and I realized they are marketing concepts. And then I did a 3 months internship in an amazing company that does Facebook ads, Google ads for companies like Brussels Airlines, CTLM, big companies. So, do you see that? And when I was doing my internship, my what's that? Maître de stage, I don't know what's in. So the woman that was in charge of me at the end of my internship, she sat me down and she said, "Listen, listen, you are too hard on yourself. You are too hard on yourself. I know you want to do great, but you're already great. I never had an intern that would grasp everything at the speed that you're doing. But you see, the way I am wired, or the way I was wired, was to almost never see my accomplishment because I was running after something. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. But now, when I look back, I can see the bigger picture. And you see, it's been 2 years now that I'm doing digital marketing at the high level for companies. I'm helping companies and high achievers, entrepreneurs. And now I'm like, look what I'm doing. So that's why I couldn't do wedding photography anymore. I couldn't. The joy wasn't the same. Can you feel it in my voice? Can you feel what I'm saying? It's not about the money. It's about the joy. It's about the excitement. Are you excited? Are you excited? I see so many people. I see so many people going to a 9 to 5. I see so many people being in relationships that do not serve them, where there is no excitement, there is no joy, and they keep staying there. I keep switching lane because I am following the passion and the excitement. And right now, digital marketing was the one, but now it's spirituality. I bought 180 books in the past 12 months because there's an amazing thirst for knowledge within my being that I cannot contain. I reached the point where, listen, if you had to write down the characteristic of money, how would you describe money? Would you say that money is bored or money is excited? Would you say that money is happy or money is sad? Would you say that money is going after the highest joy, or would you say that money is afraid? So you see that whatever you have to, however you're going to describe money, then you need to ask yourself, where am I in regard to the description of money that I just said? Do you know that you have people out there that are making $50,000 per day, $70,000 in 5 days? There are people that are making yearly salary in 3 days. And guess what? None of them have 25 hours. None of them have 11 or 12 fingers. Last time I said 11 fingers, and a guy thought he was funny. He said, "Yeah, so some of them, some do." So now I'm going to 12. So do you see that? Do you feel it? You already know what you're supposed to be doing. You already know what's bringing you the highest joy. But the thing is, the environment that you grew up in didn't give you the tool or the permission to go after that because it is too crazy. It is too crazy. But if you have kids, if you have a nephew, you're going to see that they only go after what's crazy. Do you remember that when we were kids, we all used to want to fly? We would have games that don't make sense. We will believe that we could do anything until you become an adult, or until adult actually cheat you that it's not possible. They cheat you to not think like that. They cheat you that it's not possible. And before you even know, ta-da, you think like them. You have the same limitation. You have the same kind of thoughts. But even the adults, it's not their fault. It's the fault of the adults before them, and then the adults before them, and then and that's why if you check my story, you're gonna see one of the myths that I read today. That actually, the myth is that we all believe, yeah, humans are bad. Yeah, like we believe so many things about ourselves that is not true, but no one actually told us that whatever you believe create your life. You see, that's the funniest part. Whatever you believe about yourself, whatever you believe about life becomes your life. So it is time for us. I I am always coming back to money because money is the oh bro, not now. My light is overheating. Let me turn this. Okay. This is gonna be better. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I always go back to money because money is the one thing that we all understand, right? If I stand outside in the street and I say, "Yo, I helped 10,000 people yesterday," it's not gonna hit. If I say, "Oh, I helped 1,000," it's not gonna hit, right? But if I say, "Yo, I made 10,000 euros yesterday," bro, people are gonna stop. What are you doing in life? Where am I regarding the definition that I have regarding? Yeah, en fait, c'est vraiment ça qu'il faut voir, hein. Et tu sais, oh, you see, I switched to French. Uh, I was talking to my sister-in-law today, and she was telling me, "Yo, I really reached the point in life where I have the money, I have my daughters, I have a work, but it's not making sense." In my heart, I was like, "That's how it starts." It starts when you realize that the life you've been sold by society, once you're in there, you're like, wait a minute, where's the joy? You start having all the things that people, parents, friends told you, oh, yes, that's the goal. Let's have the money, let's have the car, let's have the wife, let's have the husband, let's have the kids. And then you're like, where is it? Where is it? I told her the highest joy is the only path. The highest joy is the only path. It's the only way, right? We do not want to reach 75, 85, 95 to realize that all that money, it wasn't the goal. The goal was joy. The goal was to be happy. The goal was to realize who we are becoming now. Am I in love with who I am becoming now? I am in love with who I am now. If it's no, change it. Change it. Change the way you think, change the way you speak, change your environment, change the people that you see every day. If you are not happy where you are now, no one else is going to change it but you. No one else. No one else. So that's the question. Am I happy now? Am I happy with my job now? Am I happy with the relationships that I have now? Am I happy with the activity that I do after work now? And whenever the answer is no, change it. Change it. Change it as quick as you can. I was talking to a friend recently who's going through a difficult time in his relationship, and he came to me for guidance, and I told him something has to change. I don't know what, but something has to change. If you recognize that what you're experiencing now is not pleasing to you, something has to change. I said maybe you should stop working from home. Listen, I cannot turn my YouTube camera, otherwise, it might get disconnected. But Instagram, I can. This is why I work from home. This is what I work. I have my two screen, my light here who got up. I have my mic here. This is the GoPro where I'm going live on YouTube. And normally I have another arm just right here. This is my dream setup. This is the setup that I used to dream about in 2014 before my son was even born. I used to dream about having this setup. But guess what? I know now that when I work from home 2 days in a row, day number two, my production is down. There's something about working from home that doesn't put you in the perfect setting. But when I go to the co-working space where I'm paying 325 euros per month to be there, you only have entrepreneurs there. Everyone is focused to make money. Everyone is his own boss. People have their headphones, AirPods, they are working, and when it's 12 p.m., everyone takes the break, go and eat, and then come back. When you are in that flow, you cannot lose. For the past 4 months, I threw more than 85% of my clothes. I was like, I need to change myself. I need to completely rebrand myself. Hello, Golden Hair Beauties in the building. Po, 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 po. So I threw away more than 80% of my clothes because I was like, I'm not happy with the way I look. I'm not happy with the way I dress. I'm not happy with the way I show up. And because of all the books that I've been reading, now I know no one is going to change it but me. But here's the thing, I reached the point where I threw away so many clothes that sometimes I didn't have something to wear, and I was like, "Yo, am I doing the right thing?" Because I didn't want just to go out there and buy new clothes without defining my style, right? But yo, the way I'm dressing now, oof, I love it. I love my new style. I love it. 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 I've been planning a photo shoot, but the photographer keeps being busy. I don't know what's his issue. So maybe I will switch. Maybe my wife is going to do the photo shoot. But just to tell you that no one is going to do it for you. No one is going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to choose to change. Because sometimes you want to change, but people who love you will not want you to change because they want what's best for you based on their own life and based on the person that you've been. So you see, you behave a certain way in front of people, they see who you are, they accept who you are, and then it becomes your own prison. They don't want you to become someone new. You have to be who you've always been. Why? My mom always say, "Oh, your hair. I never wanted you to have long hair, but you kept pushing. I'm so happy that you cut them." But what she doesn't know is I wanted to have long hair. I wanted to have my long hair and I did it. I had my hair for 11 years, and when I didn't want to have them anymore, I cut them. Now, what kind of life do you want to live if your kids have to please you their whole life? Okay, my wife just rang the bell. Baby, I'm live. She has a key and she rings the bell. Like, who does that? Do you need me? Okay. So what kind of life are you building if your kids have to obey you even when they're adult? I mean, that's certainly a disease. I love my mom, but do you know how many parents have that? My my son has to be like that. My daughter has to be like that. Your whole life. Your whole life they want to manage you. Bro, what is that? And the thing is, they even forget that they also made choices that their own parents didn't approve. You do not have to be a prisoner of the own life that you are designing. I'm going to say it again. You do not have to be a prisoner of the life that you are designing. You have the freedom to create your life anew. You have the freedom to make your own choice. And especially for us African people, in order to reach our full potential, we are going to disappoint our parents. We are going to disappoint our friends. We are going to disappoint our brothers and sisters. It is necessary because how can you reach a point where you are pleasing other people consistently, but not yourself? Imagine if there was a separation between you and yourself. Actually, there is a separation. But imagine if there was a separation between you and yourself, and that yourself living inside of you was the girl or the boy that you were at 6, 7 years old. And every day you keep making choices to please other people, to make sure that other people are comfortable, but not you. Now, how do you think that self is looking at you? How do you think that baby, that kid is looking at you every day that you keep making choices for other people to be okay but yourself? You see, in my family, I've been having the flag of the kid that do not listen my whole life. Whole life. But you see, the thing is, the kids that have the flag to be, the disturbing kids, the one that do not listen, those are the kids that I pre-calibrated myself. We pre-calibrated ourselves because from the non-physical perspective, before we actually came to earth, we saw the parents that we were choosing. We saw how they are and how they were going to be. And it's like a device. So I pre-calibrated myself to be stubborn so that it was going to be difficult for them to make me become who they want me to be based on the life that they've been living. You see what I mean? I had to do that. I had to do that so I could be this person that I am now. I had to be stubborn my whole life so that I do not become like other people want me to be. Because what type of life are you living if you constantly become what other people expect you to be? Do you think you're living your life? And let me tell you, whatever you're doing now, if you have kids, they are watching it, they are absorbing it. And in 20 years, you're going to be surprised that your son is doing this, that your daughter is doing that. That's why, listen, I swear, my son is going to be such an amazing human being. Such an amazing, because I am doing everything I can to always let him know or not forget how amazing he is, right? It doesn't matter. Listen, I have such an amazing example. Now he's doing ping pong. He's doing ping pong. And one day we went to Decathlon and I bought him, those bandeaux that you put here when you play tennis and one here. And then we go to his ping pong session. And the moment we arrive, his teacher tells a joke like, "Oh, you put this thing today," with a funny tone in his voice. My son go to the changing room, comes out, and he doesn't have his thing anymore. I was like, ah, I was like, it really touched me, right? And they did and when that coach saw my son, he said, "Oh no, but you can put it." And my son said, "No, no, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine." So they did the warm up for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. They were running, stretching, and all that. My wife was there, and we all saw that, and we started to discuss about that. But right before they actually started playing, my son went back in the changing room. He took his thing and put it back. I was like, "That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy." You see, because what that guy said, it kind of hurt him. It kind of touched him. You see what I mean? But thankfully, he remembered that he doesn't have to be what other people want him to be. Only him. I am always telling him, "Are you proud of yourself?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Okay. Whenever you're proud of yourself, just know I'm always proud of you." You see? It's not like, "Oh, I'm proud of you." No, 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 no. Are you proud? Because whenever you are going to be proud of yourself, just know I'm always proud of me. By doing that, I am giving him the tool to know how to navigate so that in 10, 15, 20 years, he doesn't need to come to wait to know if I'm proud of me. He's always going to check himself in order to have the answer. You see? So I've been live for 40 minutes now. Wow. It's a long time. It's a long time. So my way to close this is to say that you already know what you're supposed to do. You already know what you're supposed to do in order to improve your life. It is so easy. All you have to do is to put a timer, and I have a timer here. You put a timer of 1 minute and 30 seconds, or 30 seconds if you want, and you write down the next 3 to 5 things that you're going to do to improve your life. You don't need to think. You don't need to think. You just need to put a timer, 30 seconds, and you write. Another thing, stop asking people. Stop asking people what you should do because you already know. Or don't ask people that are not already living the type of life that you want to live. People that are not embodying the type of character that you want to live. Right? I love my big brother. But the moment came when I realized that why do I keep asking him what I should do? I am becoming an entrepreneur. And I keep asking to someone that never been an entrepreneur. So it doesn't matter how loving his ideas and his thoughts are, it's never gonna match where I'm going. It's never gonna match. Well, if you Anna said nous on comprend pas l'anglais là. So bro, go on YouTube, va sur YouTube et tu regardes des vidéos pour apprendre l'anglais. Because 16 years ago, I couldn't speak English. When I came to Belgium, I was 22 years old. I couldn't speak English. But the moment I decided to learn photography, I went on YouTube and I saw that there were more videos in English than in French. And I'm talking, this is 2010, 2011. And at that moment, I decided that I am going to start watching videos only in English. And look at me now, 16 years later, I am fully speaking in English. You see, we are so powerful. We can do anything. I learned Italian in 5 months, and I was still living in Cameroon. In 5 months, I learned Italian. You can do anything. The problem is, from where you are, you want to be able to see where you are going. You want to be able to see the road. Okay, so I'm going to go left, and then I'm going to go right. That's not your job. You cannot see it. You cannot see it. You just have to follow the path of the highest joy. You only have to follow the path of the highest excitement. That's the only thing. And whenever you feel excited, whenever you feel that joy, listen, if you have kids tomorrow, tell them, I have a surprise for you. Guess what? The surprise is we are going to McDonald's and see how they react. That reaction, you need to identify which activity is going to give you the same reaction. That's where the money is. And even if the money doesn't come from that thing is going to lead you to another thing. In this life, I told you how I ended up being in digital marketing. I laid to you that it started from I worked as a cashier, then I didn't want it. I went back to my engineering. I worked as an engineer. I worked as an engineer, then I worked in recruitment. I was a recruiting engineer. I left it, and then I started working as a wedding photographer. I left it, and then I went into digital marketing, and now I am into spirituality. So you can do anything. You can do anything. And I'm going to take another example. This is maybe the toughest example because the person is right here and can listen to me. When I met my wife, I saw how amazing she was. But the way she was managing her day, I immediately saw that there was no passion, right? She wasn't passionate about anything. And for me, I was like, it's not possible, because I know what being passionate brings in someone's life. So I was like, okay, I cannot teach her, how to, I don't know, how to sing. I cannot teach her how to run. The only thing that I could teach her is how to use a camera. That's the only thing that I could actually teach my girlfriend back then, how to use a camera. But do you think that she saw the value in that? She thought it was only for other people. Why does she need a camera? Right? But because of everything that I know, I was like, I recognize that she cannot see it, but as her man, it is my job to do everything that I can to bring her there. I had to do everything that I could to bring her to the point where she would have the skills and then decide whatever she want to do. Now she's a photographer. I mean, she used a camera. She still hasn't she still didn't buy her own camera, but she can make money. She takes pictures at her company, right? But now, do you know what I'm telling her? I'm saying the goal was never for you to become a photographer. My goal was for you to realize that you can do anything. Because look how in the beginning you didn't want to hear about photography. You like sometimes we were fighting, but now she does it quite easily. So the goal wasn't for her to be a photographer, it was to realize that she can do everything. I prefer using your camera. Where is this? You see? And there is no difference between my wife and me. There is no difference between me and you. There is no difference between my wife and you. You can do anything. You can do anything. Listen, if you want to become a pilot, I can guarantee you that if it becomes your focus, if it becomes your obsession, you're going to become a pilot. That's who we are as human beings. Put your if you want to be a cook, un cuisinier in a five-star restaurant and you start today, listen, if you do not die, you are going to become that. It is like, do you know that men, people like to put a lot of things on God and all that, but did you know that men actually created the concept of time, like seconds, minute, hours, day, weeks? It's not God, it's us. So we have so much power, and it is time for you to start realizing how powerful you are, because you are using your power every day, but you just don't know. Like the power that you have, it's like electricity. Imagine if you give this. Now I'm showing you my tools. Imagine if you give this to a kid, but this is actually a cable and it has electricity. The kid is gonna kill a lot of people in the street because he doesn't know that he has the power of electricity. He doesn't know what it is. That's what you're doing every day. Every day you are using your power, whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not. So the life that you are currently having, guess what? You are the one doing it to yourself. No one else is doing it to you. You are the one bringing all those drama, all those problems, all those things because you haven't yet realized how powerful you are. So it is time for you to start realizing all your power. And it starts with what you say with your mouth. Whenever someone asks you how you're doing, stop saying, ça va, it's fine, like a Friday. No, I am amazing. I am doing amazing. I am doing so good. I don't know what to do with the rest of my energy. Man, I am wonderful. I am fantastic. And the more you say it, the more your life becomes it. That's how powerful you are. And just know, if oh, this is big. If currently in your life you have someone annoying you, you have someone that's really or a situation that's bringing you pain and drama and all that, just know it is you doing that to you. It is no one. It's not even that person. It's not. It's crazy, huh? It is not. It is not. It is you through the thoughts that you have in your body, through the whatever state of mind that you are in the whole day. The universe was like, "Oh, that's what you feel. Well, I'm gonna send you more of that, bro." And then it came. So develop the art of talking nicely to yourself. Set up a timer of 2 minutes before going to bed where you just think about positive things. Did you know that? And this blew me away when I heard this. Did you know that if there's something currently not going the way you want in your life, you don't have to fix it? You don't have to actually sit down and fix it. All you need to do is to constantly think about something that brings you joy. Do you see how stupid it sounds? Do you see how crazy it sounds to say such a thing? Let's say you have someone that keeps annoying you. It can be a manager, it can be your landlord, whatever. You actually don't need to take a lawyer to fight that person. You actually don't need to call that person and say, hey, stop annoying me. All you need to do is to put a timer on your phone and take 5 minutes every day where you think about your best memory when you were 10 years old. And the more you are going to have that joyful energy inside of you, the more, listen, that person is going to vanish from your life. I swear. The more I do this work, the more the people that are not good for me, I don't see them. They just disappear. But when I start putting my mind, my attention into something that's annoying me, like someone is annoying you and then you keep talking to that person angry in your head. 3 days later, another situation from someone that I wasn't even in contact with happens. And now I'm in another situation where I need to, you see what I mean? So for you are watching this video, this is actually the key for you to shift your life to the point where people are going to see you, people are going to listen to you and tell you, what do you know that I don't know? People are going to come and ask you, what happened? What are you doing? I need to know what you're doing. So pay attention. Everything happens in your life based on how you feel. What are the emotions that you entertain in your body the whole day? Are you often sad? If you are often sad, trust me, you are going to bring more sadness. And that's when I say start meditating. We need to start meditating. We need to also, before going to bed, I am going to put a timer 10 minutes. I'm going to sit down, close my eyes, and I'm going to put my attention to the noise of the fridge, the frigo. I'm going to put on the fridge. I'm going to only focus on that for 10 minutes. Because the more I focus on only one sound, then I don't focus on anything else. I focus on one sound, then nothing else matters. And it is when you quiet your mind like that, this is getting a bit technical, but that's how I'm going to close. Then you allow the universe to send you better thoughts in your head. And then the next day you wake up, instead of going right, you go left. And when you go left, you see someone that tells you something, boom, you have a new idea of something that you can do. And that's how you end up having a new job or more money or a better relationship and this and this and this and this and this. Okay, guys? So before I close, because now I'm going to close on my YouTube channel. Thank you, guys. I've been live for 53 minutes and 40 seconds. There was 0 people watching the live on YouTube, and look the energy that I had within myself. So this is for you to know that before you actually experience something in life, you have to be ready. So one day you are going to see me talking in an audience full of people, and I will already be ready because I've been doing it for a long time. So thank you for watching me on YouTube, and I will see you tomorrow because I am going live for 30 days. And this is day 25. Thank you, guys, and I will see you. Bye. Now, for my people on Instagram,